most Hispanic students and their parents think of college perhaps as a cost and not quite as an investment, which is what it is.
They assume, well, I don't have any money, I cannot attend school. But that's when financial aid comes into place. The less money the family has available, the more money financial aid will be able to help them with.
One can make more than $1 million with a college degree versus not having a college degree.
One of the most common misconceptions that we have found students have is that if the student is a U.S. citizen and the parent is undocumented, that the student cannot apply for financial aid. The other misconception is that if the parents are working, the student is not going to be eligible to receive financial aid.
So a lot of what we see sometimes is families that take out second mortgages and put education on credit cards simply because they don't even know that financial aid is a possibility. Number one, you have to be a degree-seeking student. Number two, you have to be a U.S. resident or a U.S. citizen, so you have to have legal status. Number three, you have to be attending an eligible institution under the Title IV program. The last thing is you cannot be in default of any federal loan that you may have borrowed in the past. So you have the Perkins Loan Program, which is a low-cost, low-interest rate federal loan, and those are institutional awarded. That program is not something that you can fill out an application for. That normally is awarded to the student by the school, and then they have to fill out a truth in lending statement with the school. So that's normally through the general financial aid application process they apply for that. There is what we call the FFELP, or the Federal Family Education Loan Program, and then there is the Federal Direct Loan Program, which is direct from the government. The federal loans for students come in two categories, and those are subsidized Stafford and unsubsidized Stafford. They run in two programs: the Federal Direct Program, which is directly through the government, and the government is giving the dollars, and then there's the FFELP program, which is what Sallie Mae works with, which is the Federal Family Education Loan Program. Now, the Stafford loan has subsidized Stafford and non-subsidized Stafford. The subsidized Stafford means that the government will basically pay the interest while the student is in school. The unsubsidized means that the student will be liable for the interest while they are in school. You can rest assured as an undergraduate student that over the next years you will not pay any more than a fixed rate of 6.8% going down over the next 5 years or so. Any additional dollars that a dependent student needs would come in the form of a Parent Plus loan. That's in the federal category. And that would mean that the parent would have to borrow on behalf of the child. The Parent Plus loan doesn't have a limit. The limit is the cost of education. And a private loan is something that, depending on the company you're borrowing from, may have a income criteria, may have a debt-to-income ratio. Usually, the federal loans have an interest rate that's capped. The private loans usually have an interest rate that's tied to the prime rate. Signature loan doesn't require a student to have a specific income coming in. In other words, we understand that a student is not going to have an income because they are in school.
Futuro is one of those options that are available to college entering students and their parents as they decide which college financing option is available to them. And certainly through the help of scholarships and grants that are available, one can always look for opportunities to really reach that objective and achieve the dream of a college education.
Families and students need to realize that the financial aid office is the #1 source of information for them. It's very important that the families, once they make a decision as to which institution their child is going to go, that they schedule an appointment with the financial aid office.